Flight Standards Service, also known as AFS, is part of the Aviation Safety Organization within the Federal Aviation Administration. AFS promotes system safety by administering regulations and standards for airmen, air carriers, and air agencies in certification, surveillance, inspection, and investigation. Flight Standards Service is divided into 8 regions across the U.S. that implement policy. These regions are similar in many ways, but each region has its own distinct characteristics. Jim Gardner became the Great Lakes Flight Standards Division Regional Manager in 2010. Jim came to the FAA as a Part 121 Principal Operations Inspector in 1989 and has over 30 years of both industry and FAA experience.
In the Great Lakes region, we have 8 states. That covers North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan. In the Great Lakes region, we have 39 Part 129 operators that come in and out of O'Hare and 1 that comes in and out of Midway. We have a total of 15 field offices. 14 of them are Flight Standards District offices, FSDOs, and 1 of them is our FAST Team Program Office. In the Great Lakes region, we currently have 18 Part 121 operators. And of those 18, the largest operators we have, TomsAviation up in Minneapolis, Air Wisconsin and Appleton, Wisconsin, and Spirit Airlines over in Detroit. Of our 135 operators, we currently have 272 of them. The largest is NetJets Aviation, which is down in Columbus. We currently have 571 repair stations and 29 Part 147 aviation maintenance technician schools. We have, between the field office and the regional office, 621 employees. There are 86 Part 139 airports in the Great Lakes region. Some of the largest airports are Chicago's O'Hare and Midway, Indianapolis, Detroit, Milwaukee, and Minneapolis. There are 1,068 general aviation airports in the Great Lakes region. And some of the largest ones are Appleton, West Chicago at DePage, Columbus, and Kalamazoo. There's actually 2 things that make the Great Lakes region shine. One of them is the fact that we have a very complex region. 18 Part 121 air carriers, which is more than any other region has. And the second thing is it's a fun thing. We host up at Oshkosh, Wisconsin every year. The last week of July is the world's largest air show. It's where all the aviation enthusiasts worldwide come in and meet, and we spend a lot of our time trying to get in tune with the industry and making sure we're up to speed on all the industry's needs this year and what they're proposing for the future. We currently have 2 rather large initiatives that we've taken on. The first one is the reinvention of the designee oversight system. We have several inspectors in each office that are assigned collateral duties of oversight for their designees within the office. And what we're looking at doing is trying to centralize that and bringing it down into maybe 4 or 5 folks that have the responsibility, and that's all they do, is they provide the oversight for the designees, and the other inspectors can be experts in other areas. The second initiative is providing executive oversight for our FSIMs. FSIMs is our electronic handbook that provides all the guidance for our inspectors for certification and oversight responsibilities for the carriers and for certification of airmen and air carriers and operators.
Flight Standards Central Region Division Manager Larry Richards has over 35 years in aviation, military, and FAA experience. He has over 24 years as a Flight Standards employee and was named Division Manager in 2009.
We have 6 states in our region. We have Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, Kentucky, and Tennessee. We currently have 12 field offices, 10 FSDOs. We have 2 brand new CMOs, the UPS CMO and the FedEx CMO, and then 1 AEG, which is the small aircraft AEG. We have 5 Part 121 air carriers in our region, the 2 largest being UPS and FedEx. We also have Pinnacle Airlines, which is a feeder for one of the major airlines. And then we also have Transstates and GoJets out of St. Louis. We currently have 152 Part 135 operators in the central region. We have 321 Part 145 repair stations, one of which being the Duncan repair station up in Lincoln, Nebraska. And they're our largest repair station. The Central Region has 32 Part 141 schools, and we have 48 Part 142 schools. One of the largest is in our region, which is Flight Safety International out of Wichita. We currently have 40 employees in the regional office here in Kansas City, and then 480 employees within the 6 states. We have 10 major airports within our regional boundaries, Memphis being the largest. There are hundreds of general aviation airports in the region, the largest of which being the downtown airport in Kansas City. The uniqueness of this region is that we have the 2 largest cargo carriers in the world, UPS and FedEx, and then of course Flight Safety International out of Wichita, the largest single certificate flight school that we have in the FAA. We do have Cessna and we have Bombardier, 2 very large manufacturers, and so we're the center of small aircraft aviation in the U.S. Something else that separates us from the other regions is that we have a vision statement that is to continue to uphold the public's trust in our ongoing oversight of aviation activity within the 6 states of the Central Region, and also to empower our employees and recognize them for making the Central Region not just the best, but above the best. The geographic program that we are leading in this region is more of a risk-based, risk-driven program specifically for each Part 135 and Part 121 air carrier. This gives the principal inspectors the ability to determine where their risks might be geographically and request surveillance to be done at those locations outside of their home office.
Mike Zankovich joined the FAA in 1987 as an aviation safety inspector and has been the Flight Standards Division Southwestern Region Division Manager since 2008. He has over 36 years of aviation and industry experience.
In the Southwest region, we have responsibility for the oversight of civil aviation in 6 states. Those include New Mexico, Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. And we currently have responsibility for the oversight of activities in Mexico. We have 12 Flight Standards District Offices, or FSDOs, 3 CMOs, or Certificate Management Offices, as well as the Rotorcraft Aircraft Evaluation Group, or AEG. We have 11 Part 121 operators, which includes some fairly complex companies such as American, Southwest, and Continental Airlines. And we have 208 Part 135 operators. Between the regional office and the field offices, we have 653 employees. There are 612 repair stations and 170 training facilities. We have 42 major airports in the Southwest region, including such major facilities as the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, as well as the Houston Intercontinental Airport. The area of the Southwest region is so large that we actually have over 3,300 general aviation airports. We have a number of unique things in the Southwest region. Annually, we have the Balloon Fiesta in Albuquerque, New Mexico, which is a gathering of over 1,000 balloonists that come together for an air show. We also have a very moderate climate, which is conducive to a large amount of general aviation activity, as well as a large number of military installations. One of the major programs that we've just implemented in the Southwest region, which has both national and international impact, was the implementation of ADS-B in the Gulf. We now, for the first time, have the ability to operate IFR helicopter operations to the platforms located in the Gulf of Mexico. The Southwest Region Flight Standards Service was recently selected to implement a leadership program designed to identify our leaders of the future. It's a 1-year program where we identify those people with the skills and the desire to be leaders and help them through the process of honing those skills that they'll need to lead our organization in the future.
The Flight Standards Service Regional Divisions, one of the many ways we help create a safer air transportation system.